ना कहीं उसमें कोडिंग का बहुत बड़ा हाथ है। आप चाहे स्मार्टफोन देख लें, आप अपने एआई टूल्स देख लें, हर जगह कोडिंग का हाथ है। थोड़ी सी न्यू चीज़ है 21st सेंचुरी के लिए, पर कहीं उसमें कोडिंग का बहुत, इसको सीखना आई थिंक बहुत ज़रूरी है, बड़ा हाथ है। आप चाहे सबसे पहले अगर मैं आज बात करना शुरू करूँ कि आप स्टार्ट कैसे कर सकते हो, राइट। आपको सबसे पहले एक पाथ सेलेक्ट करना होगा कि आप किस पाथ में कोडिंग करना चाहते हैं। लाइक यू आर प्लानिंग वेब डेवलपमेंट, आप AI/ML प्लान कर रहे हैं, आप साइबर सिक्योरिटी में जाना चाहते हैं, आप क्लाउड में जाना चाहते हैं। इट डिपेंड्स टोटली ऑन योर इंटरेस्ट। अब एक चीज़ है कि किसी भी फील्ड को सिलेक्ट करने के बाद, जैसे फॉर एग्जांपल आपने वेब डेवलपमेंट सिलेक्ट किया, ठीक है, 3 स्टेज रहती हैं जो रोड मैप फॉलो करना रहेगा आपको, 3 स्टेज का रहेगा, राइट। पहला स्टेज इज फाउंडेशंस। किसी भी चीज को स्टार्ट करने के लिए सबसे पहले उसका फाउंडेशन स्ट्रांग होना चाहिए। फॉर एग्जांपल हम घर बनाते हैं, तो घर की मजबूती डिपेंड करती है कि उसका फाउंडेशन कितना स्ट्रांग है, उसकी लॉन्ग लाइफ उस पर डिपेंड करती है पूरा, राइट। सेकेंड थिंग इज कोड डेवलपमेंट। मतलब आपने बेसिक्स तो स्ट्रांग कर लिया, नाउ आप कोड डेवलपमेंट पे जाओ, राइट। कोड डेवलपमेंट में आप इंटरमीडिएट लेवल पे पहुंच जाते हैं। आप बिगिनर से थोड़ा ऊपर रहते हैं, बट एडवांस लेवल के लोग से हल्का सा नीचे रहते हैं, राइट। अब एक और सवाल कि इंटरमीडिएट से एडवांस लेवल में कैसे जाएगा, तो उसके लिए करेंगे प्रोजेक्ट्स। आपको कोडिंग आती है, बहुत अच्छी बात है, बट अगर आप उसको इम्प्लीमेंट नहीं करेंगे तो क्या काम की कोडिंग आपको, मतलब क्या काम की कोडिंग अगर आपको उसका इम्प्लीमेंटेशन नहीं आता, राइट। एंड आई गॉट अ मैसेज की वीडियो लाइक कर रहा हूँ, ओके। तो गाइज आपका और ज्यादा एक्स्ट्रा टाइम ना लेते हुए, हमारे स्पीकर ज्वाइन हो चुके हैं हमारे साथ। ही इज मिस्टर ऋषभ शिंदे। ही इज अ क्लाउड सॉल्यूशंस कंसल्टेंट, 8 times Oracle certified, and he has a vast experience in his journey. So I'll just hand over this meeting to him. Rishabh, please continue.
Okay. Hi, Harsh. Thank you. Thank you for handing over to me. A very good evening to everyone joining here. It's pretty awesome to see around 200 people joining that too on a Saturday evening. It's commendable. Let me open my camera. Give me a second. Hello. How are you guys feeling today? Thank you. Thank you. Yeah. Yeah. So, good to see you on the Saturday evening. Today, it's amazing to see you. It's just like me 9 or 10 years back. It's been a journey, quite a journey for me in IT now. It's been 10 years since I'm working here, and I work primarily on Oracle Cloud. But my journey has been in coding, different technology stacks and all. And seeing you guys on a Saturday evening, here to learn it all. I was there in such a community back then when I was in my college days in the first or second year, and that time people have helped me, but there was something lacking which I think should be told to me back then, and that's where I'm here for, the smaller things which I missed and someone did not tell me, and I'm here to take those things up and to solve any questions you guys have, so that you guys are the future brains. You guys will shape the next coming IT. So I just want to interact with you. I want to know what you are thinking from your perspective, your side, and what IT is looking for. So that's what, we'll keep it very easy and very interactive session today. Since this is our first session and we are getting to know each other for the first time, so we'll keep it very interactive and we'll keep it very simple. Okay. So why we're here for? So Harsh, can you please show the first PPT? first slide of the PPT, which talks about why coding. Yeah, second one. Yeah, after this. After this, please. Steve, could you please just, the second slide after this? This is the last one, I believe. Second slide.
Sanskriti, second slide, please.
Yeah. No problem. Take your time. You just showcase the second slide, please. I'm not speaking at this time. I'm just waiting for the slide to open. So yeah, I can start with. So, Meena, while the slide is opening, let's discuss this thing. This buzz you must have heard since now IT, we have this thing, generative AIs, which are ChatGPT's transformative engines. So how many of you think, just give a reaction of a smiley who thinks that, the ChatGPT can replace coders, and those who thinks cannot, give a reaction of a heart. Okay. Okay. Hearts are more, hearts are more. I see smileys are more. Okay. It's a mixed response. Okay, so yeah, let me demystify this thing for you. What we hear these days and what we, this is very common these days. We hear that people are working on generative AIs and people are looking to not to code, and there are many platforms which allow drag and drop frameworks, and they are going in businesses and they are learning those things, and they're thinking that that ChatGPT and other thing can give a code which is very accurate. I will correlate this example with a mathematician. Okay, we have the calculator now. Consider 50 years back when we did not had calculator. That time also the calculations are happening and only mathematicians used to do calculations, or the accountant used to do accounts, correct? But now we have similar thing, ChatGPT. Now we have something which is more advanced. Back then also only the only the one who are accountants, who they used to do calculator, and their work has improved after that. They were able to perform better. It's not that a doctor started using that back then, started the calculator, and his work improved. Similar is now. So ChatGPT is not going to take away jobs, not going to replace humans. It will benefit the developers the same way calculator benefited mathematicians or accountants back 15 years. Makes sense to that? So let me share one example these days, how we do coding, or how we deliver a project now. So I'll tell you a small peek into how we used to do before 5 or 7 years and how we do it now. So I think there's someone asking questions. Okay. I'll continue. So, say for 5 years before, we used to get, say, we have to develop a web form. We used to get around, say, a month of time to deliver, and a team of 5 people to develop a single form. But with ChatGPT coming in, is it okay? Sound is low. Is it better now? Can someone confirm if my sound, if I'm audible correctly? Yeah, I think, yeah, I see a couple of thumbs, so I think my audio is good. Please check your system sound maybe. Okay, sure. So see, yeah. So what I was at, discussing how we used to deliver before and versus how we deliver now. So previously we deliver having a team of 5 to 7 members working for a similar form for 30 days, and we were delivering it to customer, and they are going in a multiple round of testing. Okay, then testing team was separate, and then support team was separate, 3 or 4 teams working for a month of time to deliver a single thing. But now with the rise of Gen AI things, what we are seeing here is the team is shortened to half, less than half, I would say, because they don't expect you to write code from scratch. They expect that you will always have a code repository, which you will be using it all, and you will be modifying a bit of it and you will reuse it. So it is not like that, you can directly use it without knowing the without knowing the context of any project or context of coding. You need to have that correct first thing. So anyway, Gen AI came in, you at least need to know the basic construct on how coding works. That will not only improve your coding knowledge and how you communicate with computer, that will also improve your logical thinking and problem solving abilities. So that is obviously there. So I would recommend you to choose a language, So in going forward, in the session, we will know how to choose a language as well. So you must be thinking, just I'll share an example again, before we go forward. So, when I started back in 2015 or 16, so I used to code whatever languages are being in front of me. If my seniors are working in C or C++, I used to go there and I used to work there. And I used to do coding analytics softwares without knowing where I'm going. Then I learned Python. Then I learned this scripting of Linux. Then I went to cloud. Got to know that whatever I learned before is obviously new trending things, but whatever I'm working on, that won't be helpful here. So is it, it is better understood as making a khichdi of everything I have learned, and I'm using a little of it. Rather, if I could go back in time, like how you are at this point, I should, first decide what my interest is. If I'm thinking, if I have to learn web development, if I have to go in analytics, if I have to go in machine learning, if I have to go in prompt engineering. Okay, so those kind of thing, if you are clear, then before just jumping to C or C++, you should first know where you want to go. For example, you want to go to a destination, then you choose the roads. Don't choose the roads and find the destination. Does this make sense to you? Yes, no? Right? So, I would just want Sanskriti or whoever is handling the PPT. Can you please go to the technology slide? I think it's slide number 3 or 4. Yes, yes, please stay here. Back. Before this. Before this. Yes, stay here. Stay here. Just give me a second. So, people, you must be seeing a lot of development options available in front of you. These are not the only options, but these are, we hear back and forth, someone is working on this, and these are industry trending things. So those kind of things are already mentioned in here. Okay, so I would just walk you through on how industry is working on these days on each of the technology and what is next, what is coming up next. I will also give you a little retro thing, like how it used to happen before, so that you can connect. And I'm just going to give you insights of each of it. The decision should be yours on where you want to go. First, choose that. Imagine yourself 5 years from now, what you want to see yourself as a developer. I'll ask this question once I have covered these topics. I'll ask this question back again, and then I will that the cloud in your head on where to go, left or right or straight, that will burst up. Okay, so first I'll walk on to the web development thing. So web development is quite a common thing now. I don't think I have to speak a lot on it. you guys already are aware of things on how web development work. It is a mobile application or the desktop application or any other page we see these days are all web development things hosted on a network, correct? It's a then again in the web development, we have front end, back end, and these days the term is full stack. I'll come to full stack, but front end, I'm telling you, front end, when we say front end, see, not a lot of things are, we could cover in the PPT. I would recommend you all to have some notebook handy, and whatever I'm speaking, if you're interested in that thing, just keep a note of it, and just for your future purposes, keep marking. Okay. And if any questions, we can anyway discuss it towards the end of the session. But I would recommend you to just keep marking whatever you have. Okay. So I'm at web development, and I'm at talking on the front end thing. So if you talk about front end, we can diversify this front end as you must be seeing this. If you go in front end, you will be there should be there will be a question in your mind. You will be developing or you will be designing UIs. Right? Then inside front end, UI and UX are two different things. There is one development where you will be writing JavaScripts, where you will be creating interactive pages and writing logics. However, UX is totally different. It's just creating visual UIs using some softwares. So basically, you have to understand this thing up. So front end is not only just writing UI. You can go with JavaScript based frameworks, React and all we have. So nobody does very basic. Nobody does a very basic framework. Previously, we used to have PHPs. PHP, you must have heard PHP as a language. Those kind of things were there previously. Now, most of the thing, I would say, if anyone is interested in front end, React.js as framework. There are multiple frameworks you can Google, React.js and TypeScript. You should learn that. Okay. Coming to the backend thing, backend everywhere it is needed. We have the coding logics, or we have the things. Muskan, I would ask you to just stay back for the questions. I think if you have any, let us complete the session, and we can take the questions then. Keep write your question on a notebook so I can understand. If we keep taking question right now, we might not be able to take the session complete. Okay. So just write your questions aside. We will take every question after this session. Okay. So I'm at backend. So if you go for the backend thing, every company. Sorry, what do you want me to repeat? I'm asking. I'm at backend. I'm just there. So just keep your questions ready. Don't. So backend, if you want anything, every company would require on the front end. Okay. So front end, see, you will have previously we used to have PHPs and all, PHP pages and .NET technology we used to develop. But those technologies are still there. But I would say if anyone is trying to work on front end, try to learn React, JS, JavaScript. First go for JavaScript, and then on the JavaScript we have this framework called React. And inside React, we have multiple versions and all, but I would first recommend you to start on JavaScript and then React.js. Okay. Now moving forward with backend, please keep your note handy. Utilize me fully so that I can cover it all. If I go back and forth, I might not be able to cover it all. Okay. So in backend, and now I'm coming to the backend. Backend, we write industry logics. So suppose, like as an example, if we develop a web form for a banking application, you have to open, that is UI. However, the logics which you are writing, that goes in the backend. So in the backend, I would say there are technologies which are booming at this time is Java and Node.js. Okay, you can make a note. So why Java and Node.js? Those are secure, very secure, developed web service, because the backend data is full of because the backend we have data, very critical data. So those kind of we go for very secure kind of development. Even Python can do it. Python is mainly used in data intelligence and all. I'll come to that, but I would recommend if anyone's planning to go backend, go for Node.js or Java. Java framework. In Java, you can write Spring. Spring is a framework of Java. Or everyone uses Spring these days, and they develop RESTful services for backend. Now coming to the full stack. So, if you go in bigger companies, like, who are established companies, then you will see they have team of front end backend developers. However, if you go in some smaller companies or startups where you will learn more, they will see you will have all of them as a full stack developer. Nobody's front end, nobody's back end. Everyone knows it all. And that is the trend these days. So if you're planning to learn front end, eventually in the career, you have to learn back end also. If you're planning to back end, eventually you have to learn front end also. Everyone wants a full stack developer. Nobody wants to. Okay. For Node.js, you can check with your colleagues, or your students, friends who have written something for Node.js. Okay. So Node.js, you can go for backend, you can go for Java or Node.js. And for full stack, React as a front end, backend is Node.js or Java, and full stack, one database layer also adds up here. Okay. So how you develop, there is a 3-layer development. One is front end, one is back end, I told you. And when it comes to full stack, there is another layer added, which is the database layer. So these days, database, mostly the database getting used is NoSQLDB. Do you understand what is NoSQLDB? Just write this down, NoSQLDB, and just Google after our session and try to understand what it is. It is getting used hugely these days. It is non-relational database, and Snowflake is one of the high-selling things these days. Okay, on the full stack. So I'll just conclude the web development front end. You can go with React.js or JavaScript libraries and React.js. Backend, you can go for Java and Node.js. Full stack, you can add with front end, backend. You can have our DB knowledge as well. You can also learn PL/SQL, but I would suggest go for Snowflake's database. Okay. I'm coming to AI and machine learning, build smart systems. So how many of you are aware about, how AI came in, and anyone, so just give me a thumbs up who have some knowledge on the AI, how AI began and when it began. Okay. Give me in the chat, just when it came. When it came. Okay. Okay. How many of you think machine learning and deep learning are same? If you think machine learning and deep learning are same, give a thumbs up. If you think not, give a smiley. Correct. So, I'll quickly share. Sorry. I'll quickly share my screen. Huh? Yes, deep learning is subset of machine learning. Okay. What else you know? What else you know? What about natural language processing? When it came? Okay, when is machine learning introduced to us? Any guesses on the year when it got introduced? Anyone knowing the year, can, without Googling, if they can write something, I don't mind. You have no idea? Yeah, थोड़ा पुराना हो गया. Okay. No, it's not that recent. Let me share my screen. Let me share my screen. Okay. No. I have something, which I usually, whenever I give session, I just, I showcase this thing up. Can you see my screen? Are you guys able to see my screen? Can you give me a thumbs up if you are able to? Yes, no? Sanskriti, can you see my screen? Yeah. Okay, cool. Yes, cool. So this is what, we present in any seminar we go or things we go, people starting to learn here, So if you see when this came in, I'll just quickly give a glance through. So, machine learnings are the mostly the ML foundation models, when they started to have big, huge computers, huge RAM, wherein they used to feed large number of data, unstructured data, okay, unlabeled data in machine learning. And they asked machine to perform various steps, even for months, to make it learn on how to give the answers on. Okay. Then it came the deep learning thing. But it is correctly said, emerges from the ML foundation model again. It came in 2000s. It took us 50 years to come from machine learning to deep learning itself, and then the revolution began. From deep learning we went to natural language processing. GANs came in, and the small language models or the foundational models also were starting at these days. Nvidia's and IBM were initial people who bought in NLPs, and then we got this generative adversarial network GANs, which came in 2017. Okay, then we have this foundational models and transformation LLMs. This came in late 2010s, birth of Gen AI. And then now we see Gen AI as a buzz, correct? Now with the Gen AI came in, and we are hearing that we don't need doctors, we don't need actors. We will just give a prompt and it will work. Do you understand what works on behind generative AI or the chat GPT thing? Who knows? Can share Sanskrit? You can again share a screen. Sanskrit, how it works? No, yes. Do you know how ChatGPT works? Not a very detailed thing, but anyone tried to know? Anyone who knows can write in the chat. No, it works on algorithm. Okay, again, algorithms are everywhere. We teach it first. No, I understand you're telling. We teach it first. Okay. We feed in data. We structure. We give it data. No. So see, those are transformation models. Okay. Pre-trained transformation, ChatGPT, pre-trained transformation models. So we have Llama. Okay, NLM is not. No. It's a part of it. No, it's a part of it. Let me. Okay, enough of answers. Let me come back to the answer. What I'm trying to portray here. So it works on it works on transformative models. Okay, so basically, say if I say hi to a system, a transformation, say it is a. See, yeah, you give a prompt. I understand. Whenever you give a prompt, what happens at the background? Whenever you give a prompt, there is a model working there, a transformation model. Why we call it transformation model? Because okay, yes. No, it does not correct. Okay, so I'll tell you. Whenever you give a prompt, there's a model working in the transformation. We call it transformation because it transforms your inputs itself into an output. And we call it generative because it generates. It does not respond. See, there's a difference between a response and a generation. Chatbot is responsive. You ask him. These days, you must be seeing in the banking application or in multiple websites, you have a chatbot option, e-seva or something, wherein you start a pop-up opens, a chat opens. You ask him a question and they reply. My voice is clear to you or not? Because I'm hearing someone is not hearing. Give a thumbs up if my voice is clear, or if you want me to change. Clear, right? Yeah, cool. I think something wrong with. Okay, sure. So basically it transforms the data, whatever you have given, and it generates on top of it. And how does it generates? It tokenizes the data, whatever you have given. It learns on tokens. Say I say him, hi ChatGPT, can you summarize a email for me? Now this sentence itself is a sentence for us, but it's a token for a ChatGPT. And it already creates multiple you must be hearing, right? It takes multiple parameters. If you might have Googled, you must be seeing, I'm not sharing the screen. So Sanskrit, you can share the screen. It takes multiple parameters on the back end, and then it performs the data. So it transforms and it generates the data. It is nowhere stored that it will just reply on whatever questions we have. It will at that time generate the data on whatever input we are giving, and that is why it is called transformation, not a Q&A. So that is the base of how ChatGPT works. Okay, Sanskrit, could you please go back to the AI thing, that PPT again? I want to move ahead in the AI thing. Sanskrit, could you please reshare the PPT? Or could you please check if you know? Yes, thank you, thank you, thank you. AI and machine learning. So how you get started on that? You must be learning. You must be hearing that if you learn Python, you can go in the machine learning thing. I can see the screen. Hopefully, you could be. Everyone can see the screen. People are seeing. Okay, so yeah, it was visible before. Now it is not. Sanskrit, it is visible. It was visible. It is visible now. Okay. So how many of you thinks if you learn Python, you can do machine learning? Thumbs up if you think Python, if you learn Python, you can do machine learning. Okay. Quite a number of hands. How many of you think it requires algebra, knowledge of science, trigonometry, and everything mathematically possible to go for machine learning? Who thinks this? Quite a number of people. Correct. So the people who are thinking we need it, everything, those people are correct. Python is a coding language. It's a way you communicate with the system. But how you communicate, what parameters you give, comes from the knowledge of your, how the system should perform, how the RPA should perform. So if you are planning for AI and machine learning, it's good. You should learn Python systems, understood. But also you should go for how this system works, how tokenization works, and how you should be very good at algorithms. I would say, who are trying to go in AI and machine learning, I would recommend them to go for data structure, a good data structure course, and have good grasp on data structure things. Who are planning to move to bigger companies or bigger open roles on AI and all, I would, instead of jumping on, something you just started working, I would say build your base of data structure very, very strong here, both for AI and data science. Okay. Now, if I come to data science, I would say, what is data science? People, you must be seeing multiple, there are layers of data science. See, not multiple things are written here. I would recommend you to create note on this data science thing. So data science, there are multiple streams to data science. We have a lot of big data and all, even data visualization tools like Tableau, Pentaho, Power BI. Those things are separate. Those things are just data visualization. However, if you go in data science, there are multiple things where you will, turn data into decisions. That's where the Hadoop comes in. That's where your coding comes in. So I would recommend you to create two nodes. One is data visualization. Right there, Power BI. That's a tool name. Pentaho, Tableau. Learn these things. If you want to go in the decision things, learn big data Hadoop. Go for that model. Okay. How many of you know decentralized networks? Have you heard about decentralized networks? DSC, data structure, is how you deal with a lot of data. Type of data are there, and there are structures are there how to deal with it. To start with data structure algorithms and all. Okay. And coming to Web3 and blockchain, decentralized network. If you want to go in this, learn Hyperledger Fabric. Right, Hyperledger Fabric. That's a framework we use for blockchains. and eccentricity. These two things we use, mostly Hyperledger Fabric. Okay. Anyone wish to go in cyber securities? We have many open courses available, but at least you should know Python and basic scripting. Data science tools, go for data science as in data visualization, right? Data visualization tools are Power BI, Tableau, and Tahoe. Data visualization, Power BI, Tableau, Pentaho, and Informatica. These four, you can write these four. Okay. I hope I'm clear. For learning a bigger picture, when you want to make the decisions and all, go for Big Data Hadoop. I would recommend to go for Big Data Hadoop. That is a bigger role to come in near future. That is a bigger thing to learn. Yeah, cyber security. So, you can go for Python, and you should, there are separate cyber security courses. You should be good at infrastructure also. Cyber security, when you say cyber security, a security threat can come at any level, can come at network level, can come at web services level. So also learn networking. So it's 7-layer model, OSI model you might have learned, right? In school. 7-layer OSI, network layer, physical layer, transformation layer. Those layers. Understand security works at what layer. Understand basic and build a very strong foundation. Okay. Now coming to app development, Android and iOS. So see, most of it, I would say, app development is not happening on, from scratch. People use tools to do app development these days. They will not take, people are not usually taking, months to develop a web form. They are just developing in days these days. So every organization, every company, even you go for Google Cloud or IBM's Cloud, Oracle Cloud, or AWS, everyone have their own web development platforms when you can just drag and drop, and you can write some coding language logic behind it, and mostly they are doing that. But if you want to go in app development, you can always go for Android development or iOS development. So, but I would tell you, and these developments are little obsolete these days. However, you can always do the Android development, iOS development, but I would recommend you to go for tool-based approach. People are using app development tool these days. They're not going for Android or iOS. Hybrid tools are coming. So previously we used to create one app for Android and one app for iOS. Now these days, you have to develop only one application, and that will work on both of the systems. Okay. So learn that. And one very important topic is missing here. Who has created this PPT? I think, which is Oracle, or sorry, not Oracle, which is cloud development. I think cloud development is there from a very long time, and these things came in and gone or things like that. But new technologies will come and go. But see, what cloud development is very core thing. Okay, so for cloud development, you must be hearing. So how many cloud you hear of? Can you give me in the chat? And if you think cloud development, do you see any job postings? If someone has noticed how many job postings you see on cloud developments, if you open LinkedIn, what are the clouds you know? Give me the name of clouds in the chat. AWS, Azure. Do you hear these? Should I cover or if you know, then I can directly jump to the courses, or I can guide you. But if you are not knowing any cloud provider, then there is to be or are you comfortable with that? How many of you know AWS or heard about AWS? Give me a thumbs up. Very few. Okay, nice. How many of you know about Azure, Microsoft Azure? Okay, so see, I tell you, Now, on the cloud development side, please make a note of it. We could not incorporate that into PPT. Just, you already must be knowing, just one last question before I start. How many layers are there in cloud? Infrastructure as a service, platform as a service, software as a service. You know this? Anyone knows this? If you know, just give a thumbs up. Very few. Okay. 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 People knows about these layers. Okay, fine. So see, when it comes to cloud world, it is divided into three layers. Okay, but most of it, if you see, will the people are working on. So AWS is known for its infrastructure layer. They provide infrastructure on cloud. Say you are infrastructure on cloud, and say you want to prepare or you want to get some computer running or some server running. Previously, we used to have in our local system, we used to run server and host it, right? Now these days it is quite easy to just have it on a subscription model. You don't buy a physical laptop or some things. You just have a subscribe on AWS. You can have a computer there. You can install your softwares and you host it there. So that is where AWS is leading. So I would say if you want to learn infrastructure as a service, go for AWS and Azure. I would say if you want to go for platform as a service, PaaS. Okay, this is where previously we used to do web development on Java. We used to do web development on this Android and whatever. We develop our code and we install on server. That's how typically it is used to work. You develop the code on your local machine and you deploy on server, and user used to take or utilize that whatever you have done. However, now with the development of PaaS, you can directly do development on your browser. Okay, so that is a very niche thing. That is what currently I work at. I work as a PaaS developer also. I work for Oracle Cloud. So I would say if you want to work as a PaaS developer, Azure and Oracle Cloud, these things you can target. And GCP also you can target. However, software as a service, a whole software is provided to you as a service. Like, you just have to have a good credentials like how you have it for your Instagram or Facebook. So that is where I think Oracle is doing good. I think Salesforce is good if you want to learn CRM. Workday is good if you want to learn those CRM things. And on the SaaS side, you can write these names: Oracle Cloud, Workday, Salesforce. You can learn these three things, these three technology stacks. So, most importantly, I've covered these basic things, but due to shortage of time, I might not be able to cover it more. But I would like to just discuss very important thing with you. See, I want the thing we are discussing here. We are here. We are, on the Saturday evening, we are spending 1 hour because we all want job. Correct? It's not that we are here for just learning. We all want job towards the end of our training or towards the end of whatever courses you are doing. Correct? So I would just guide you on those things, a small 2-3 steps or 4 steps, whatever I could tell you. So that will help you get something. Maybe the hard work will be yours, but I'll just share some industry insights and some tricks on how you can get it. See, these days, getting an interview call for a fresher is very tough. How many people agree with me? You on the chat. Give me the thumbs up. Or are you getting any calls? So, first and foremost is you get placed from your college itself. That is the easiest way out there. But if you don't, then you should not be dependent on anything. You should grow your portfolio in a way so that your work shows up. Make your LinkedIn in such a way that your work shows up. So create projects, whatever. We have already gone through technology. Okay, DevOps. We forgot to learn DevOps or cover DevOps here, but DevOps is another very important thing. You can go for AWS DevOps. You can get a roadmap. DevOps is it's never-ending thing, and DevOps will stay for a very very long time. And you learn any DevOps. When you say DevOps, basically it's a complete lifecycle management. and people are here on Docker Kubernetes. See, it's a very big thing and deep thing to cover and this at this point. But whatever we have covered, let's take this. Maybe if time permits, some other time we can discuss, or if you guys tell, we can have something and I can share some industry insights on that also. But at this time, just or just allow me so not to cover this because shortage of time. Whatever we have, let me share you something on how to go forward for job market. Okay, or whatever I've told you, you can have ample amount of courses on Udemy and Coursera. Just go for rating, just see the reviews, how many things they are covering. It is detailed enough. Do that course and do hands-on. When I say hands-on, just don't watch Python videos. Install Python on your system and get your hands dirty with the Python. Learn, fail, whatever. Just do some hands-on. For example, if you want to do for Java also, just have development or whatever core things you are, start developing it. Or take Oracle Cloud or say AWS Cloud, take the subscription and start doing your hands-on work. Just go into it. Whatever we say, जब तक हम पानी में कूदते नहीं तैरते नहीं आता, right? So just go for it. Just don't watch videos and all. Deep dive. Start learning and stay connected with your friends and people there. So consider it as mostly you are in which year are you guys in? First year, second year, right? Or senior year, final year students are also there. Can you give me just second year students? If you are first and second year student, give me a thumbs up. You have 2 years now, correct? If you are final year student, okay, mostly we have initial beginners. Cool, very nice. You guys have good time. So exams will come, you will pass the semesters that is there, and this 8th semester will pass like this. But I would recommend you to keep learning and keep your professional circle very strong. Okay, get connected on LinkedIn, get connected everywhere wherever you see, and those things will really help you. So I'll just cover 3-4 things, okay, which was there in my mind to just tell you. First of all, resources is your learning, how you are going for Udemy, Coursera. That is point number 1. Go for resources. Second is building a portfolio. Build a portfolio on LinkedIn, build a portfolio on GitHub, whatever projects you are building, deploy it, and keep your things ready to be shown to people. Okay, so you have 2 years. Just if prepare in such a way so that whenever it is asked to you or whenever you are given any opportunity, you are ready to showcase your talent. You don't have to tell, sir, I have done this, I have done that, and you are telling only resume. There are hundreds of resumes going to everyone. Okay, I'll tell you how to get into professional growth. You first get connected on the LinkedIn. Try to have groups on LinkedIn, whatever technologies you are interested in. Connect me if you want if you want any knowledge or guidance on the cloud world. I particularly work on Oracle Cloud, and I also know AWS and Azure. So if you know any guidance or anything, you guys can get connected to me on LinkedIn. I think you can search by my name, or Sanskriti can provide you my reference. You can get connected to me, and from LinkedIn get some pages. There you will see multiple communities working on. And these days we have a lot of WhatsApp groups and all who are working towards a particular thing. First of all, I've already given you what how to choose or whatever thing is interesting you. First, go for that. Choose the things, then go for whatever you want to learn about. Okay, then grow your community. But if you want to grow your community, first start with your friends. After this meeting, try to chat with your friend. Check with him. What interests you more. Let's build this. Let's build this over this weekend. ये बनाते हैं, उसके बाद फिर दिखाते हैं लोगों को, ये करते हैं. So get prepared with that, because the course or syllabus you are doing in this 4 years of engineering, I don't think that is quite sufficient enough to give you a job. You have to do something on your own. You have to buck up your skills. Those things are there. So first thing, as I was telling, to get placed directly from college. If you are not getting placed from college or something, which is, very less companies are coming into college these days. So build a portfolio in such a way that if you go in any open campus or any place you go, you get selected like that. So you are just in first or second year. Keep learning, and stay connected. And with that, yeah, that's my LinkedIn profile. So just keep learning and stay connected. And whatever doubts you have, we might take some another session or somewhere, if I'm free any day. But this was our first connect, and I just want you guys to start on. I just wanted कि मेरे समय में अगर कोई मुझसे ऐसे बात करता, वैसे मैंने आपसे आज बात करी है. I hope कोई जैसे सीनियर कोई बड़े भाई बात करते हैं, वैसे मैं चाहता था someone talk to me when I was in my first year. So just मेरे साथ नहीं हुआ. I just wanted to do with you guys, and hopefully you guys liked it, and hopefully मैंने थोड़ी बहुत आपके लिए हेल्प करी होगी, वैल्यू ऐड करी होगी. तो बस अगर मैं और कुछ कर पाया आगे, so please get connected. If you want any help from me, just if I can do anything, I'll be grateful to do that. And it was lovely talking to you. If there's anything, any questions, you can just keep here. I'm here for another 4 to 5 minutes. I'll have to drop. I have somewhere to go. Okay. Harsh, please take over, or Sanskriti, please take over. Thank you.
हेलो गाइस, दैट्स ऑल फ्रॉम दिस सेशन. एंड आप लोग का एक डाउट हो सकता है कि हम लोग ने आपको रोड मैप शेयर नहीं किया. उसका एक रीजन है कि रोड मैप तो आपको किसी भी वेबसाइट, यूट्यूब चैनल, हर जगह पे मिल जाएगा. बट जो मार्केट नॉलेज इनसाइट्स आज आपको ऋषभ ने दिए हैं, वो आपको शायद बहुत रेयरली कहीं पे मिलेगा, राइट? सो व्हाट विल डू इज कि अभी हम हर फील्ड का, लाइक AI/ML, Web3, ब्लॉकचेन, वेब डेवलपमेंट, हर एक डोमेन का सेपरेट रोड मैप हमारी कम्युनिटी के थ्रू आपको शेयर करेंगे. एंड एक चीज के बारे में और अपडेट करना चाहता हूँ गाइस कि दिस वाज अ फर्स्ट सेशन रिलेटेड टू कोडिंग एंड ऑल. एंड व्हाट वी प्लान इज कि अब हम सेपरेट डोमेन्स के अलग अलग सेशंस करेंगे. लाइक फॉर एग्जांपल AI/ML का सेशन, Web3 का सेशन. एंड आई वांट टू जस्ट अपडेट यू गाइस दैट अपकमिंग वीक में हमारा एक और सेशन है. उस किस बारे में है ये तो अभी रिवील नहीं कर सकता मैं, बट नेक्स्ट वीक देयर इज अनदर सेशन ऑन अ वेरी 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 ट्रेंडी टॉपिक राइट नाउ. काफी ट्रेंड में है वो टॉपिक्स, उसके बारे में हमारा नेक्स्ट सेशन है. होप यू गाइज अटेंड दैट सेशन. एंड that's all from this session, guys. I think we should just wrap it up. This is Arnav Chokse signing off. Guys, if you have any doubts, Rishabh is still here. You can ask.
Right, for the question which is asked for cybersecurity. If there are no more
Guys,
questions,
please drop your questions in the chat.
you can learn Python from Udemy or YouTube also. Practice is important. You can learn from anywhere. Okay, people, I'm dropping off then. Any questions, get connected to me on LinkedIn. We can discuss it further if I can help anywhere. Okay, thank you.
That's all from the session, guys. You may leave.